Good morning, my friends. I hope you're hungry. We're making breakfast this morning. And not just any breakfast, we're making steak and eggs. So I hope you stick around. I'll show you the simple steps. Here we go. Get your cast iron pan. This will be for the steak. And then we have some for the potatoes and onions with jalapeno. We got some oil for those. The steak, you will not need any oil. All you need to know is to have the pan super hot and have rested your steak out of the fridge for at least an hour. You have to have the steak at room temperature almost before you cook it, or else you'll have a disaster. You need to let that meat not cool off your pan. If you want that crust, if you want that flavor, if you want your steak to be perfect. So make sure you do that. Prepare yourself at least in that way. The next things are simple. We just gotta put it all together. We can have breakfast in less than 20 minutes, probably, if we have everything already here. And that's what we do, so let's get it done. Our potatoes are in the hot water right now. I got the jalapenos and onions ready. And our steak here is resting. So since that one's a little too thick, I'm gonna split it open and make two out of these. I don't like my steak too bloody, so it will make it a lot easier and also faster to cook. I also have the strainer here ready for our potatoes. I'll get all that water off them before we start frying them with onions and jalapenos. So that's the next step, waiting on those potatoes. I turn off the heat. Look at the potatoes. They're soft, but not like completely falling apart. That's what you want. You don't want mashed potatoes. This is just perfect. We're gonna finish them cooking with the vegetables. And now I can turn on the pan for our steak. I'm gonna drain the potatoes and check this out. Our steak is ready. Our pan is hot. This one is also hot. We're gonna add oil to the little one where the potatoes are gonna be. And we're gonna add the bell pepper. I mean, actually it's jalapeno. I like it spicier than most people. So we're gonna do onions and jalapeno. Gonna get that nice and brown. We're gonna add the potatoes also. I just want these to get a head start since the potatoes are already cooked. I just want them to mix with these ingredients. So I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper. Our pan is pretty hot, so that's what we want. Just, you see that water just running off the pan? That's when you know your pan is perfect. So now we're gonna season the steak on both sides. So first we are going to put some salt on one side, and when we lay it down, we put the salt on the other. All right. Salt and pepper. I don't like to mess around with garlic or herbs or anything for this particular recipe. Sometimes we do mix steak with the rosemary, the garlic, and the herbs. That's with mashed potatoes and all kinds of other stuff, like for dinner. For breakfast, it's just salt and pepper. This is looking good. Now we're gonna add the potatoes. I'm just gonna add half of them. Oops, one just that way. All right, so we're gonna let them brown. We're not gonna move them too much. We don't wanna make them fall apart. We just wanted to make sure the onion and the chiles were cooked. Now we are gonna let the potatoes brown, and we're gonna turn them probably only like once or twice. So there we go. Now we are ready for our steak. So the first thing you do is you're gonna place it down where you already seasoned the steak. You hear that? That's what you want to hear. If you don't hear that, you didn't get your pan hot enough, and you're not gonna get a nice seared crust on it. So there we go. We're doing good. So far, so good. You want to see that smoke coming off of it? And you're not gonna touch it. You're gonna let it sit there for at least 2 minutes. And then maybe 1 more minute on the other side. That will try to cook your steak. I like it not too bloody, but then also I want to see the nice crust nice and brown on the other side. So let's wait on that. We're not gonna move any of these. We just can wait for these, and then till we get done with the steak, we're gonna do our eggs to put on the side. But for now, we wait on these babies. Oh my goodness, it smells delicious. So don't forget, you need to season the steak on the other side too, because the meat is thick. You will need to season your steak pretty good. It looks like a lot of salt, but in actuality, it's not. It's not a lot, I promise you. It's just picking up a little bit at a time. And then we're gonna add some pepper also on this side. All right, looking good. Oh man, the smell of these is probably gonna wake up the dogs or my neighbor, one of the two. Looking good. The flame is always high. Don't lower your flame, or else these will be mashed potatoes and these will be stew. So make sure your flame is high and don't mess with it. Just be patient. That's why you want to see. Check that out. I don't remove the skin of the potatoes on this type of potato. Super thin, and actually doesn't affect the flavor. It actually makes it better. So sometimes best is leave things alone the way they are. Wow, these are done. We just want to make them get a little more color on the other side. And these are almost ready. You can tell by how the blood just comes out of the top. That means the bottom is already nice and crispy. We're going to check it. Yes, sir, they are. So now we're just going to, remember, we didn't add any oil. Look at all the fat that just runs off them. Let it, that blood come off a little bit before you turn it. There you go. Same on this one. You might think this is overdone, but guess what? The inside is completely nice and red, and you are not going to regret it to make it this way. It's not going to be dry or anything. We can actually turn it off in like less than a minute and just let it cook on the pan. So that's what we're going to do. I know that this is like 3/4 done, so I'm going to turn it off. Now that we have the heat on the pan still, and then we're going to make our eggs right here on the side. So just with the heat that we got from the pan. not your typical white egg, but guess what? This one has a lot of flavor. And you're gonna love it. It's one less pan to clean, right? So why not? That is all. How about that? Pretty good, right? So, I hope you can make it. Let me know how yours came out. And don't be afraid to cook. This is always better than any restaurant you can go to. Just do it.